So today's problem of the day says, a painter charges $25 per hour for labor, plus $20 for a ladder rental when he paints a house. The customer provides the paint. The total charge to paint a customer's house was $920. How many hours did the painter spend painting this house? Okay, well, there's a lot of things going on here, and again, let's just kind of clear up right at the beginning, what two things are we actually measuring? If we think about what we have for our independent value, for our x value, or our dependent value for y, there's many different things we can possibly measure. We could be measuring, money and gravity. We can be measuring number of cookies and how often you have to drink milk. In this particular case, what two things are we measuring? So these are the two things that we're measuring. We're measuring time in hours, and we're measuring money in dollars, right? So here we have the number of hours, and we can see our little statement here. We have number of dollars charged per hour, and that per lets us know that we're dealing with kind of our slope here. And then we have the $20 for ladder, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But that should be where we start with this, right? So we have our independent values and we have our dependent values. Now, if we know that our independent is time and our dependent is money, that gives us a function statement or a dependency statement that we can easily make. Which one do we say first? Do we care about the time we work, or do we care more about the output, how much money we make? In this case, we care about the money. So we're going to say that the money earned, or money, depends on the time, right? The money earned is going to depend on the time, or the money earned, or the y value, is a function of x, or again, time, right? So we have money and time being measured here, and that's pretty much how you want to think about this. Now, in terms of finding the actual equation of this particular situation, we're going to need to think about the slope and the y-intercept. If we remember, slope is not simply one measurement. It's not just measuring money or measuring time, it's determining both. So when we think about slope, again, we think about what we care about the most, which is our dependent value, our outcome. So dollars is going to be on top with the slope, and then hours is going to be on the bottom. So our slope is going to be in terms of dollars per hour. And as we said before, we already kind of figured out what that should be. We are measuring what? Yes, we should be measuring $25 for every how many hours? For every 1 hour, okay, per 1 hour. So that is our slope, 25 over 1, or just, let's see, 25 over 1, or just 25 is our slope. Our y-intercept is going to be at 0 hours. At the very beginning, before we've painted anything, what is charged, what is earned? And according to this, it looks like we have to have a ladder rental, which costs $20, okay? They're paying for a ladder rental, a one-time fee of $20. So, and again, this is measuring a y value, so we're going to put it red, just like the value for y, because it's measuring a unit of dollars, okay? So that gives us our slope of 25 and our y-intercept, or b, of 20. So all it takes us now is to go ahead and put those together to determine the full relationship between the time and hours, or x, and the amount of money spent, or y. So now the question is, how do we put this m, or slope, into the equation, and how do we put the b into the equation? What is our final equation going to look like? Yeah, we should get y equals 25x plus 20. So that is our full relationship. So really, the only thing left to do is to actually answer the question, which asks us, the total charge to paint a customer's house was $920. Now, before I highlight that $920, is that referring to the x value or for the y value? What is the unit of measurement? Good, it is measuring dollars. Okay, so 920 represents a output or a dependent value. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put those together, and we're going to come up with a table of data. I just want to get a sense of what's happening here. We have our hours, or our x values, measured down the left side, and our number of dollars measured down the right. When we first begin this at 0 hours, how much money has he made? According to the y-intercept, that is $20. After 1 hour of work, okay, where this increases by plus 1 hour, how much of an increase in pay has he earned from painting the house? We add an additional $25, okay, because it's $25 for every 1 hour. So 20 plus 25 is going to give us 45. We would continue this for hours and dollars all the way down until we found what output value. We're looking for $920, and notice what the question's asking us. The question is asking, how many hours did the painter spend painting this house? So now, the last step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this in the calculator. Now that we understand the relationship and how everything works, we'll put this into y equals, we'll check our table of data, and we'll look for our output value of 920 to see what our input value is going to be. Okay, so in y equals, what you did, hopefully, was you put this function in the calculator, 25x plus 20, and then you went to second graph, and you had to go all the way down, and notice that, yeah, 0 is 20, 1 is 45, which is what we expect. It's going to continue increasing by 1 hour, and then continue increasing by $25 per hour, and we're going to get all the way down to 920. So when we find that answer, we'll know how many hours it took to paint the house. So, or how many hours it took to earn $920. So we're seeing we're getting to it pretty quickly, and our final answer, hopefully this is what you got as well, we end up with $920, took a grand total of 36 hours. Okay, so down here I'm going to put in 36, and that gives me my answer of 36 hours. Okay, good. Now you're going to do the second problem of the day on your own. Go ahead and go to the next page in Schoology. Follow the same set of steps to get your answer for that one, and make sure you enter that into the space provided. Thank you for your time, and you did a great job.